Walked in here, said you actually get to do this time. So I guess what are the emotions now? You get the win, you get to speak to Joe Rogan, you get to do your post-fight press conferences and everything. I'm sure this has been something you've been envisioning for a long time.
Yeah, it's a bit surreal. I'm still taking it all in. Even this be my second fight, being in arena, everything. It's something I've always dreamed of, and I maybe had a little bit negative mindset coming up where you think, oh, maybe I won't achieve my dreams. But I'm living my dreams right now. My goal is to continue to live my dreams and make sure I stay here. I'm so grateful to be in the best organization in the UFC, and I'm just taking it all in. It's amazing. It's a great feeling, good feeling talking to you guys. It's cool to finally see faces because the voices I always just hear in the interviews.
Much more handsome.
Oh, you're a fucking stud, man. You guys do some modeling.
In terms of the actual fight with Mickey, considering both of you guys, you got a lot of submission wins. Usually when you get matchups like that, it turns into a kind of a striking matchup historically. So was this kind of, I think Joe Rogan called it a slobber knocker. Was this the type of fight you expected from Mickey Gall?
Yeah, my goal was to get a knockout. I'm not happy when I didn't get the knockout. I know I put on a show for the fans. My goal was to get a finish. It's always to get a finish, but I'm happy that I put on a slobber knocker, as Joe called it. And meeting Joe Rogan was awesome. Getting the interview with him. But yeah, man, I definitely was looking to strike with Mickey. I'm not a big fan of making a pissing contest with a black belt. I know he's legit. I could have went and made a boring grappling match, but I wanted to get the knockout, and I worked for that the whole fight. I didn't get it, but I put on a good fight on the feet, and I'm just getting better. I'm gonna keep tightening up my game and keep cleaning it up. And thanks to my coach, my striking coach Justin Houghton, my jiu-jitsu coach Ricardo Miglarice, and my teammate Anton Berzin at Berzin BJJ, all these guys really helped get me ready.
The broadcast also said, especially in the first round, when he would connect, they said it looks like you didn't respect his power because he would connect and you would kind of like make motions like wipe your shoulder off and like tap your forward and run forward. Did you respect his power in there, or was that just kind of trying to get in his head and kind of flowing with it?
A mix of both, honestly. He hit hard, but not as hard as JDM hit. And regardless, I believe in my chin. Like, I'm gonna die on my sword. If I get knocked out there, I get knocked out there. But I train with guys like Justin Gaethje. It's something that I'm just going to be getting used to. I'm always going to try and, take punches, maybe give punches. If I can be cleaner and land punches and not get hit, that's what I want. I feel like a lot of those punches didn't hit me, some of them. I know some of them he did hit me. I just was like, you saw like real me. That's me. When I go out there and I fight, I'm not putting on a show, a fake show. It's who I really am, who really comes out. And, it's like, let's fucking go. That's what it is. You hit me, I'm like, hit me again, motherfucker. I'm gonna hit you back. Like, that's just the way I am, like, naturally. And so, yeah, it just a little bit that came out, and I'm gonna try and tighten it up and get cleaner going forward. You got to be tight and clean in this kind of organization. You can't go out there and have slobber knockers every time, but I'm gonna try and put on a show every single time.
Going off of that, did this feel like your real UFC debut, considering that last fight was like so short notice and you kind of got thrown into the Apex fight against a top 5 welterweight right away?
My debut was a crazy debut, so no, that was a debut. It just it felt great to have a full camp. I'm grateful the UFC gave me the opportunity. Sean Shelby, the matchmaker, Mick Maynard, all the guys, Dana White, everyone, Hunter Campbell, all the guys in the UFC. I appreciate being here and getting the opportunity for a full camp. I definitely wanted to fight sooner. I think Mickey needed the time frame, and that's why I ended up fighting so far away from my debut. But no, my debut was great. I fought a guy who I had a lot of respect for, and I look forward to working my way up and getting that rematch one day. But this was a great fight as well, and I'm going to be grateful and cherish every single UFC opportunity I get.
What does it say on your wristband right there?
It's a wristband, thankfully, the UFC. Thank you, Karen, making this wristband for me. It's for both my parents. I lost my father to lung cancer and my mother to breast cancer, and so it's something I carry with me always. They're tattooed on me here as well, my mother, my father on my lung, and they fought so hard. They were both stage 4 cancer, beat it, and then got it again, and both fought. My mom fought breast cancer for 4 years, stage 4 for 4 years. I remember she used to do radiation chemotherapy at 7, 6 a.m., then go work a 12-hour shift at the pizza shop with my father, and it's something I always carry with a heavy heart. Always think about them every day. Every time I wake up, every time I train, I think about how hard they had it, and I don't have anything hard compared to how they had it, and it's something that I always want to keep as a reminder. It's a reminder to always fight my heart out and do everything I can in their honor.
And last one for me. I know this is only your second UFC fight, but this is the first event with the new UFC gloves. I'm curious, what you think of the feel of them? Would you make any alterations? Like, what did you think of the new gloves?
I didn't think they were that bad. I know Sean shat on them, but I got to respect Sean's opinion, man. He knows what he's talking about with some things, but I'm not going to hate on him. I felt the old gloves. I felt the new gloves. At the end of the day, I've sparred in just crappy gloves. I fought in different regional shows with shitty gloves, and Gloves are gloves, man. As long as they fit and the leather bends and I can hit somebody with it, that's all that matters. So the gloves ain't that bad.
Just one quick one, Bassil. You talked in the interviews leading up to this about the jiu-jitsu match you and Mickey had all those years ago. To meet him again now, did it feel like a completely different person? Did you go in there and like ever see anything in his eyes, going back to those moments or anything like that?
I mean, the jiu-jitsu match was fast and it happens quick, and it wasn't like I spent a lot of time building up. I didn't even know I was going against him until they announced who won the previous match, and then it's the bracket final. But no, I mean, I treat it like he has the ability to. First off, it's a fight. It's not a grappling match. But I did feel confident in my grappling if it went there. I felt stronger than him, like I felt in the first match that I won against him. But you never can think about the past and take that into the next fight. Even if I fight JDM again, I'm expecting that he's gotten better with his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And anyone I fight again, I expect that they improve. And if they don't, then that's great. I get a better finish, a better fight. But, I looked at it like he could be better. And he was tougher than I'm not going to say he's tougher than his last fight, but I felt like he was a lot tougher than I gave him credit for. But I still prepared for the Mickey Gall that I saw. And so that's why I was able to go all 3 rounds and put on a show for the fans. And I'm always going to have that mentality. I'm never going to underestimate my opponent, and they shouldn't underestimate me. You should never underestimate anyone. We're in the organization that is the best fighters in the world for a reason. And you have to take that into every single fight, that you could die out there and they could die out there, and I'm willing to go first.
Just one last. Oh, you going too?
Let's go. Let's do
all right, cool,
next.
man. So you get to represent Egypt here on the biggest stage of MMA. I wanted to ask you, man, what's it mean to you, and how special is it to represent Egypt on this big stage and really being one of the few? How has that influenced you in your MMA career?
Oh, it's huge, man. I got so much love for my people and my culture, all my family, my cousins. Like literally 99% of my family on my dad's side is all in Egypt still, or around in Cairo, Alexandria. I have like one cousin in Ottawa, Canada, or my dad's first cousin, but everyone's in Egypt. And I'm half Egyptian, half Syrian. I know it's like you can't do the half-half. And with the conflict, everything in Syria right now, it's kind of tough. But I represent both sides, Egypt and Syrian, and I'm Egyptian, Syrian, American. And I'm big into my culture, I'm big into my people. And so it felt amazing. I hope more Egyptians make it to the UFC, and more Syrians and more Arabs in general make it to the UFC. We have tough blood. We're tough motherfuckers. And I hope I shown that tonight. And it's only the beginning for us. So I'm proud of the performance I put on, and I'm happy I put on for my people.
In a thriller fight, where the fight's going back and forth, and it feels like it can go either way. What's the mindset? You lead into the fight to get the finish, and just what's your mindset overall to get the W?
I'm not gonna lie. At the end there, it was like sometimes you don't know with judges, and I saw a couple of the lopsided decisions before. So my head going into that last takedown attempt was like, fuck, just try and win the fight. Even though it was like, I want to keep putting on. I wanted to sit there and keep swinging. But, they don't give the bonuses out to everyone. And we got a big main card coming. So part of me was fighting that battle of try and win the fight, try and keep putting on a show. And then once I hit the ground, Mickey said a little something. He was like, come on, man, you're going to take our bonus away. I was like, you're fucking right, bro. I was like, let me just get the fuck out. And then I heard the bell, a 10-second. I thought I had more time. So I was like, fuck this, get up, let's go. I told him, I was like, let's fucking go. I was like, I'm confident in my chin, man. Like, I want to meet the guy that knocks me out, so I can say, you got fucking power, because I'm willing to go out there and trade with anyone. Like, I traded with JDM, I'll trade with Mickey, I'll trade with the next guy too. Ideally, I want to make it cleaner, make him miss and hit, and I'm going to get better at that. That's always the goal. But I'm never scared to trade. And sometimes we have that battle where we have to try and win the fight, make sure we get our 2 checks. And, you always fight that battle. But second fight in the UFC, not so bad. I'm going to continue to get better for sure. That's it. Thank you, guys. This is fucking awesome.